So earlier today, we prepped and cleaned. I think I had 11 cars and some Christmas ornaments to get ready. So we're going to go ahead and start the listing process. So we're going to be photographing all these things. The way I like to do it is I can photograph them now, and then anytime I want, I can list them. So when I'm playing video games at night, watching a movie or something that I've seen a bunch of times, especially around Christmas time, I can just sit down and list while I'm doing those things. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be taking pictures of all these items. Do want to get a tape measure out just so we can show the size on these cars. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. That way we can chat while we're doing this. Okay, first item down. Got to find a place to put them. Okay, next car up is this 69. Again, earlier is when we did all the cleaning on these, so they're already ready to go. I typically like to get as many photographs as I can. So right now we're shooting around that 20 to 24 mark. I feel like the best way to describe the condition of an item is just to have a ton of pictures of it. So I go a little overboard on the pictures. And we're done with that one. Tail light fell off on this one. and it's missing the other tail light. And that one was 19 photos. Like I said, I go a little overboard with the photos probably. But I feel like it's better to have more photos to show the best idea of condition than having like 2 or 3 and then just asking a bunch of questions. So we're going to get photographs of all these cars, and then we'll move on to the Christmas ornaments after that. And this one is missing the screws underneath the bottom, so I'll just make sure to note that. I made sure I took photos of it. That way when I'm doing the listing, I'll be able to see that. And another one down. Moving right along, which is the beauty of when you do all the prepping. You can just grab the item and go. And another one down. Now to move on to the 64 Grand Prix. And please, guys, feel free while you're watching, go ahead and leave some comments, ask some questions. It just helps these lives move a little more smoothly if I can interact with you guys a little bit in the comments. Again, if you're just now coming in, we actually prepped all of this stuff earlier in the day before lunch. So we did all the cleaning on these. So it's just ready to grab them and start doing the photographs. And another one down. So I believe we have 3 more cars to go, and then we'll move on to the Christmas ornaments. Okay, we got the final 2 cars now. This one is a 63 Mercury. And if you missed the live this morning, all of these are what they call dealer promos. So the dealership would have like sold these or given these out to people that were interested in buying these cars. So these actually can hold quite a bit of value. Typically, we're looking at like $30 to $150 range. And I did all of the prep and cleaning earlier. So now we are able to just grab them and start listing. Or start taking photographs, I should say. And only one more to go. Final one is this 1964 Comet Caliente. And just like that, the final car is done. Are those the promo cars from the dealership? Yes, they are. So we bought a bunch of these cars from a collector that collected Franklin Mint and Danbury Mint and all these promo cars and models and all kinds of stuff. And we have found that these promo cars, especially in the 60s, 50s, and older, can do really well. You get into like the 80s and 90s, and those normally aren't worth selling. I have a whole box back here that we went through this morning. They're all like 90s Corvettes, and we're just going to throw $5 a piece on those and put them in the flea market. Now, these promos, you're looking at anywhere from like $30 to $300. Most of the ones that I'm listing today will probably be in the $50 to $150 range, depending on the condition. And I still have 3 more that we have to clean a little better. They probably need to soak in some type of solution, so I just have those sitting back there. But now that we're done with those cars, we're going to move on to some Christmas ornaments. These are all going to be from NYCO. So Nyco. They are Clausian, I think is the style of ornament. Some of them are going to have their own little box, and then I have a few loose ones. Figure it's a good time to list them now, with the Christmas decorating really amping up this time of year. And I'm just trying to get as many pictures up as I can. The best way, in my opinion, is to show the condition of anything is just to upload as many photos. Photos will tell a much better picture than any description will. And I also want to make sure that I take a picture with the box and a measurement picture. Because there are different sizes of these ornaments. Actually, it's probably best somewhere around here. I have my measurement that I use for clothing. Very cool. I was given 60 of them from 50s and 60s, and I sold them all for $175. Yeah, they're definitely worth selling them individually. Anything car related sells great on the website, the HAMB. I've never heard of that website. Pretty much everything I sell is either direct through Instagram, through my social media, or eBay, or in the flea market. So I think what I'm going to do with these ornaments as well is I'm going to do a diameter picture. So these are 8.5 inches in diameter, just so people know what they're getting. These guys were actually sitting in my basement for like 2 or 3 years. I had listed a bunch of them multiple years ago and sold them, and then for some reason I didn't get to all of them, and then just kind of left them down there because I moved my whole operation out here to the barn. So I've still got a ton of inventory in the basement that just sits there that I'm slowly getting in to move some stuff up. Again, very similar ornament. This one, we have an angel with the box. So we'll try to set this up so you can not only see the box, but the tag as well on it. And then try to get as many angles around this ornament as I can. Come on, doesn't want to sit up. Probably don't need as many pictures of the size if I'm going to go ahead and do a diameter picture. And this is the same as the last size, so it's about 8.5 inches in diameter. And we do have one more that is in the box. The rest of these are just loose. Again, these are from NYCO or NICO. They're called, I keep forgetting the word. It starts with the C. It's basically the style of ornament. It's cloisonne, Cloissone, or like a Fabergé style. There we go. Try to get a picture of the height here, and then we'll do a diameter picture. We have actually been doing really good with the Disney ornaments that we picked up this fall. We still have a couple pretty expensive ones that haven't sold yet, but we've been selling them very well. Looks like this one's going to be basically a 6-inch diameter, 6 1/4. And then these next two I have are just loose. We don't have the box for them. Again, Cloison or Cloision, I'm not sure how you say it, but it's like a Fabergé style ornament. We have two more, and they're both a little unique as far as the shape. We have this golden egg. I think the iridescent ones are cooler looking than this one, but people have different tastes, so maybe somebody likes the gold look better. This one is all floral themed instead of angels. And the final one that we have here is definitely a more unique ornament. It's a pretty cool hummingbird. I did need to just wipe this one down. It's gotten just a tad dusty as it was sitting in my basement. So, and I meant to do this earlier and I forgot. So we'll just give it a quick wipe down so it's nice and shiny. The gold on his beak is kind of peeling away a little bit there. And just like that, we're all done with the ornaments as well. Okay, let's move these ornaments to the side. Got a lot of stuff that I need to get put away. I'm pretty bad about just letting it sit over here. Okay. So that was all the stuff that we actually prepped this morning. So the cars and the ornaments. I do have lots of stuff around here that we're just going to start grabbing and getting listed. Or at least I keep saying listed. The way I do my listings again is I take all my photographs and then whenever I have the time, then I can list. If I'm waiting for a new cart or a new rack to come out at Goodwill, I can sit there and list. If I'm playing a video game at night in between rounds, I can list. So I like having all those photos ready to go. So the other day at one of the Goodwills that I shop at, they actually put out a ton of men's BKE jeans. And the BKE jeans can actually do pretty good if you do the men's. I have not had great luck with the women's. And they actually had them all priced at our normal Goodwill price of $7.99. Typically, they'll try to price up the like the thick thread is what I like to call them. So when they have like very defined patterns and stuff. So Miss Me, Rock Revival, BKE, they tend to try to like to price those up a little bit. But these were all priced at the normal $7.99. So this one is a 40 long Seth. Make sure the zipper works. Yep. I've been thinking about improving my photo setup here. I like the way my layout works with the lights, but the backdrop and the table can sometimes be a bit annoying. So I've been thinking about redoing this, but it's going to work for now. Okay, so let's get these pictures taken. And like I said, even with the cars, even when I do my clothing, I like to just overdo it with the pictures. If I can take, 20 to 24 pictures, it'll just tell a much better description of the item than what I can actually type out. Yeah, I wish I could find some of the late 90s Jinko jeans. I found a few shirts here and there. I haven't really found the Jinko jeans. There's a town not too far from me that has a very large Hispanic population. And a lot of the times at their garage sales, I know multiple friends of mine that have found Jinko jeans over there, but I have not found them over there. I do tend to find a lot of Kuji jeans, which they don't sell as good as the Jinkos at all, but it is nice that I find them sometimes. And these are a little bit bigger of a size, a 40. Some slight distressing on the leg ends. But these BKE jeans can normally sell for around $30 each. And then after I take all my normal pictures, what I do is I take a picture with the, whatever I did with it, this tape measure right here. I just lay it across the top. So I do a laid flat waist measurement. So it's basically a 19 and a half. And my personal preference is when I list jeans, I do not like to put my measurements in the description, because I feel like if I'm looking at a tape measure versus somebody else looking at a tape measure, we can actually interpret that a little differently with the view of it, where you're laying the measurement out. So what I do is in the title, I'll put the measurement that it says it is. So these are a 40L, so it'll be a 40L in the title. And then I just say, see my photos for measurements. And then they can interpret those numbers how they see fit. But if I see it and it looks like a 19 and a quarter and it ends up being a 19 and an 8 or something, I don't even want to say what it is, because sometimes if you guys know, on eBay, people can be real weird about stuff like that. So I'll just let them look at the tape measure and make their own judgment call on the sizes. Like this one's a 33. And And just like that, we're done with this pair. Again, the same Goodwill had quite a few of these. So different BKE jeans. So I picked up all of them that were in good shape. There were a couple pairs that were not in the greatest shape that I left behind. So these ones are Seth, and again, they're a 40L. My cover picture, I like to do the back. To show the pocket design. I feel like the backs of the jeans just have a little more character than the fronts of them. A little more distinguishing, so that's why I do the back view as the cover photo. There's a little distressing on the leggings on this one as well, but it's not too bad. Just realized on that last pair, I don't think I took pictures of the tags. I always try to make sure that I get a tag or a picture of the tag that says the fabric content as well. Now we need to do the measurement photos. And I just take two. I just do the waist and the inseam. Now I need to check these pictures. Like I said, I don't remember taking pictures of the actual tags on those last ones. So I did the one. I forgot to do the fabric content tag. So that should be all I need. Moving right along. Need some more to drink here. Go down. I still haven't removed the Goodwill tags on these. So our local Goodwills charge $7.99 for all the jeans. So because of that $8 price point, there's a lot of jeans that I just won't pick up. Like most Levi's, unless they're vintage, I'm not going to pick up for $8. Now, if I find them at a garage sale for cheaper, I may do it that way, especially if they have multiple of the same size. But basically, when I go to my local Goodwills here, the jeans that I can normally find that are a good deal are these BKEs. I like to pick up Ariat jeans. And if for some reason the Goodwill slips up and they misprice the Miss Me or Rock Revival, I'll pick those up. But typically they price those quite a bit higher. They do $7.99 standard with exceptions. So typically Miss Me's will be $20, and it's just not worth it to pick up Miss Me's at that price. But if I can get up nice pairs of BKEs, I'll pick those up. Like I said, I like the Ariat. If I can find fire FR stuff, fire retardant stuff, I'll pick those up as well. And now just doing that waist measurement and then the inseam. I don't measure the rise and I don't do the leg ends typically. The only time I do measurements on the leg ends is when they're like really baggy jeans, because people like to know how wide they are. But on normal pairs of jeans, I typically don't mess with the leg end opening. And we are flying right through these. Looks like we still have 2 or 3 more pairs left of these BKEs. And it does seem that whoever donated these donated them all from the same person, because they're all size 40L. So Mustang, I have been going live quite a bit more here lately. Most of my live has been on TikTok in the past. And honestly, I'm just really trying to get my watch hours up on YouTube. The ultimate goal would be to go live on all the platforms at the same time. So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I just don't have the internet power to do that yet. So what I've been doing is just trying to go live here on YouTube. I'll be live tomorrow at my video game shop as well, doing purchases, making sales, and doing some listing there. But I have been going live a lot more here on YouTube. Again, I'm really trying to get those watch hours up. So if you've been watching the shorts, I really appreciate that. You should check out some of my long form videos to help me out a little bit. That'd be a huge help. And if you wouldn't mind liking this video, that would help as well. So again, we're dealing with the BKE jeans. These ones have a bottle opener on them. My backdrop here keeps wanting to wrinkle up on me. Now to just do the measurements, and this pair will be done as well. And another pair is done. This backdrop is getting on my nerves. Okay. Looks like we're down to the last pair of the BKE jeans. And then we'll just grab something else from over here on the pile. I picked up a DVD VCR combo unit that I'd love to get listed, but I haven't had it tested yet. And that is the last of the BKE jeans. Now we have some freedom just to kind of grab whatever's next to us. Like I said, I've got a lot of random stuff here that I can grab from. Let's start with this guy since Christmas is coming up. This is from 1966. Little snow, little blow mold. We're going to unplug this camera for a second. So the light bulb is not working, so hopefully it's just the light bulb and not the cord. I should have an extra over here. I believe this is the right size. It is not. That one is too big. Well, what we're going to do is we're just not going to worry about the light. The light honestly doesn't carry that much value with these things. Most people just want them for the plastic part. So we'll just sell it with no light. He's already actually pretty clean, so we can go straight into the pictures. We don't have to clean him up or anything. As I say that, he does have a thing that I think can clean up on his face pretty easily. Yeah. Look him over one more time. One more spot on the back. Okay, let's delete those first couple pictures we took. Want to make sure that, especially with these blow molds, you want to make sure you get a picture of the size. So this is a 13-inch. And then I'll do one of the width as well. Most people are going to care about the height, not necessarily the width of it, but. And this 66 Santa blow mold is ready to be listed. Okay, this was something that we picked up. I don't know if it's worth So these are picture discs. They're Disney picture discs, so records. This set can actually sell pretty good. So it comes with 3. It comes with Pinocchio, Snow White, and Lady and the Tramp. The main issue is that the box doesn't really do anything at this point. It's just kind of it doesn't stay together. I have to look this up again because I remember looking it up and I couldn't remember if it was worth selling. We just sold a cassette. Let's take a guess. Got a couple people in here. What do you think we sold this cassette for? Unless one of the people watches has branded my business partner, you're not allowed to guess. So Star Wars cassette, what do you think it sold for? It's not sealed or anything. Yeah, so somebody's got this set $30. We'll see if anybody else want to take a guess. So literally, I just sold this Star Wars cassette. What do you think it sold for, guys? We got one guess of $30. It's not sealed or anything. It's just a used cassette. So yeah, somebody's got this picture disc collection listed for $60. With the shape of my box, I think I should probably shoot for like 30 to 40. Yeah, somebody sold one. So here's one that sold. Again, that one's in pretty rough shape. So maybe I should shoot for that 45 range because that's what this one sold for, $45. So that cassette Mustang, it sold for $10, but the buyer paid the shipping on it too, which shouldn't cost anything to go out. It should go media mail. Yes. So today, it's been a pretty good day for sales. We've had a $119 sale, a 75, a 40, a 13, and now a 10. So it's been a pretty good day of sales so far. Okay, we're going to list these picture discs. I'm probably going to shoot for like $40 to $45 on these. There are some scratches. So we got Pinocchio, Snow White, and Lady and the Tramp. We'll go with this side. So the 3 picture discs. So with them not being black, the scratches don't show up as easily. I have a feeling whoever would buy these, though, isn't necessarily going to be wanting to listen to them. It's probably just more of a collecting. This is a full-time job for me, Mustang. I've been doing this full-time for, I think, about 3 years now. Okay, that is done. The picture disc set. Running out of room. Let's see if we can grab something else from over here. These comics aren't worth selling online. How about camo? It's hunting season. We paid $4.99 for this camo shirt. It is vintage. It just says made in USA on it. So we got made in USA. It is single stitch camo shirt. Again, I paid $4.99 for it. It does have a pocket on the front as well. I'm guessing it's probably like a $30 shirt. If I can get it positioned the way I want it to. There we go. It does have real tree on the front going down one of the trees. It's fairly hard to see though. Sounds like I got a FedEx truck or something here. Is actually at the neighbor's house. It sounded like it was just outside mine. Okay, let's get this tag photographed. It's wanting to curl on me. So I grabbed a screwdriver so I can hold it down for the photo. It's an extra large. Okay, 50% cotton, 50% polyester. Again, it is single stitch. It's in nice shape. Honestly, it doesn't look like it was really ever worn. Now we just have to take photos of the measurements. "23" across. And 26 inches top to bottom. And another item down. Oh, we just got another sale. Let's do guesses on this one too, guys. This was actually featured not too long ago in one of my shorts, but we sold Bloodlust Zombies. What do you think Bloodlust Zombies sold for? It's a DVD with Alexis, Texas. And while we're doing that, we're going to move on to our next item, which is a little wrinkly, so maybe we won't list this. We'll go ahead and take it inside in a little bit, and we'll fluff it and make sure it's nicer. Sometimes that's the problem when I put stuff over here. We'll move on to this one because it's a sportier material. I paid, well, I don't know if I paid $3. It had a $3 price sticker on it. If you've watched my videos, there's a chance that I haggled that price. But we have a Peter Millar Summer Comfort shirt. Do another button on here. This is a long shirt, so we need to move my backdrop a little bit. Lay it out nice and flat. Get any wrinkles we can out of it. It does have some type of hit on the shoulder. It's extra large. We'll go ahead and just do the measurements now while I have it flattened out. $25 pit to pit. About 29.5 length. And another item down. Let's go ahead and unplug this. Even though I have no clue what that is, I bet 35 or 25. So it's a naughty DVD. It's like there's really not, I don't think, like too much sexual stuff in it. Maybe just a little bit, but it's more just nudity with zombies. But technically it's like a naughty zombie film, and it sold for $49.99, and I paid $1 for it at a garage sale. Let's see what else we can get listed here. Had a sweater. This was purchased from Goodwill for $4.99. Yeah, I'll take a $50 sale off of a $1 purchase any day of the week. Come on, there we go. So we got $4.99. This sweater is from Street Scenes, and it is acrylic wool. Just kind of a unique sweater. I like the pattern on it. Some of the white areas of this sweater have some browning or yellowing. Get some measurements of it here. Mustang, are you going anywhere for Thanksgiving? Get the back. Okay, I think this is going to be the last thing that we do today. I picked up this bag yesterday from my local Goodwill. It's a grab bag. The main reason that I bought it is because of, if you can see it, this motorcycle right there. And then there's some Spider-Man figures. So that motorcycle is a Spider-Man motorcycle. And I paid $2.99 for the bag. And I'm pretty sure that motorcycle with the Spider-Man figure I can get like $10 for. So it'll pay for the whole bag. And then these like random pieces, I'll probably just put them in like a little bag to put in the flea market. I don't know if these Lego Duplo cars are worth anything. I may make like a small lot with the vehicles. Like here's a Duplo. I don't even know what that is. Some type of tractor. So we got this truck. I don't know. Maybe those are worth selling online. We'll have to see. Looks like a bucket for something. So interesting. I didn't even realize it at the time, but there's 2 motorcycles in there. It also came with 2 Miles Moraleses and a Spider-Man figure. Came with this go-kart speed Duplo thing. So what I'll probably do is, because maybe this is where the bucket goes. So that's kind of cool. So what I'll probably do is just sell a lot. I'll do a little bit of research here, but I think what I'm going to do is research these cars, research this truck, and then I'll do a Miles Morales with a motorcycle. I'll do a Spider-Man with a motorcycle. I'll try to sell a Miles Morales by itself. And then I've got a lot of construction guys. One's kind of chewed up here. But we got a couple construction guys that I can put with this. And if they're not worth selling off, I'll probably take all these like random Duplo figures with the cars and just make a little lot of those. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll do the one, a Spider-Man and a motorcycle. We'll do it separate. And a Miles in this. Okay, let's do some research. Let's plug this phone back in. We're going to look up this guy first. So it's a Lego Duplo dump truck. So it looks like I don't have the piece for the dump truck It's not super valuable anyway or anything. What I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a lot. We'll do all of the Duplo stuff. We'll check this car real quick. Oh, it's not even Duplo. This is Playmobil. So we'll make sure that we actually have Duplo. Is this the only one that's not? I believe these are Duplo figures. So we'll do a big lot. It's not a lot of Duplo. We'll see if this thing's worth anything. If not, we'll probably just toss it out. So it's Playmobil Go-Kart. Yeah, I don't think this thing's worth anything. We'll just throw this one out. Especially since it doesn't have the wheels. But we'll just lot up all this other Duplo stuff. We'll sell it as one lot. Then we'll do the Spider-Man stuff by itself. Okay, so we got that set up. Then we'll sell, like I said, we'll do that as one lot. Again, this stuff came from a grab bag. And then we'll do a Spider-Man with his motorcycle. And we're going to do a Miles Morales with the other motorcycle. And then lastly, this Miles is beat up a little bit, but we'll sell him by himself. Okay, I think that's going to cover us. We've been prepping and listing all day. We probably got, I'd say, somewhere in the ballpark of 25 to 30 items photographed, ready to go, so I can just list at my own leisure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this video. I've been trying to go live a lot more. If you have any questions, make sure that you're asking them during the live. I'd love to answer those. But yeah, this has been Retro Rewinder. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and we will probably see you tomorrow live at the shop. So we'll talk to you next time.